And now from the sublime to the ridiculous. The last time we looked at a three-seater car on Top Gear, it was the McLaren F1, which developed 600 horsepower. This develops 19. It's the zero-emission Fiat Downtown, which has a sodium-sulfur battery pack and 2 electric wheel motors. Fiat say it should be able to whiz along at over 60 miles an hour and has a range of over 200 miles. Don't mock. This might just be the shape of things to come. The Koreans seem less bothered by such worries. With their HCD-II sports coupe, Hyundai is keen to emphasize aggressive and muscular styling for what is unashamedly an enthusiast car. But it has to be practical, not just pretty, so the hatchback body offers good luggage space, the dramatic interior gives comprehensive instrumentation, and there's room in the back for a third adult, this time sitting sideways. They say it'll be on sale in 4 years' time. The Z13 is BMW's vision of the future. Under the stubby body, there's an aluminium space frame for good crash protection, and that's why they've put the engine in the back under the luggage floor. Again, there are only 3 seats. BMW say the central driving position means you can get in easily from either side. The gear lever is electric and mounted on the dash next to the hi-fi. Plus, there's a car phone, fax machine, and of course, satellite navigation. The average age of the design team that did this Mercedes concept car is just 30. They wanted to make a Mercedes which, for a change, appeals to the heart rather than the head. But, being German, they've been practical about it, using standard production items wherever possible. To that end, it has a run-of-the-mill V8 engine. It uses running gear from the coupe. The interior is from the forthcoming 190. Even this glass roof is a production possibility, providing, of course, you fit aircon as well. In fact, apart from the looks, which are questionable, and the colour, which isn't, there are really only 3 interesting things about this car. 1, it's got these lights down here that come on when you get in or out of the car. 2, it's Merck's first ever hatchback. And 3, and perhaps most impressive of all, to get this thing from a drawing board to reality here at Geneva, it's taken just 3 months. This is the Plymouth Prowler. Now, at first glance, you might think it's just another ridiculous concept car. That or an extra from a ZZ Top video. But in fact, it's for real. It uses stock transmission. It has a 3.5-litre, 6-cylinder Chrysler engine. They say they could put this lightweight flying machine in production tomorrow with a price tag of just £15,000. It comes from the same stable as the Dodge Viper, which you may remember from our report last year, has no roof. Well, with this, they do at least admit that outside of California, at least, it does rain from time to time. Flash, eh? You know, the great thing about these 2 cars is they show that Chrysler, at any rate, has faith in the future of the American motor industry. It's hard to know what Renault is confident of with this, the Raccoon. It must be something pretty calamitous. This device is supposed to be proof against snow, fog, sandstorms and even floods because it's also amphibious. No propellers though, the engine drives a couple of hydrojets. They claim it's a sports car, traction engine and helicopter all in one, although the pilot seems a bit dubious, occupying the 3rd seat. All this for just 3 people. Still, it's packed with technology, including ultrasonic hydrophobic glass in the windscreen instead of wipers, a suspension system to keep the body level over any terrain, and of course, sat-nav. Anyway, coming up in a moment, the second half of our film on the comparatively simple terrain of the Alaska Highway. I'll tell you what, though, if ever we make a film about driving around on the moon, I shall know what car to use.
Last weekend at the Daytona Raceway in London, the cream of the motorsport fraternity went go-karting for comic relief. And this time, Tiff Needell actually got to drive.
Yes, it's red nose time again. A bit of comic relief. I'm taking part in a marathon karting event that hopes to raise over £100,000 for charity. Now there's all sorts of celebrities here like Rowan Atkinson, James Hunt, Mike Smith, Midge Ure, and the teams had to bid for the services of the celebrities. And of course, Top Gear Tiff was in high demand, and the lot that got me were the Kodak Compass Box. We've got no chance.
At the end of the event, Tiff's team came home third behind the Misfits and Shell, and the whole exercise was well on its way to reaching the £100,000 target of money raised for comic relief.